So yes, we are live now. So good morning, everyone, all our viewers, and also for our today's expert dietitian Pranathi. So a very warm welcome for everybody, and also all our viewers who are been watching our sessions regularly. And I'm so thankful for you all. So our today's topic is about hypertension and lifestyle modifications. So, as we all know, as many of them don't know still, that hypertension is not a disease, but it's a lifestyle disorder, and it can be changed or it can be controlled by having a healthy lifestyle. So today, dietitian Pranathi is going to talk about the same thing, and she is going to explain us like how lifestyle modifications plays a crucial role in controlling hypertension. So I hand over to you, ma'am, and you can continue with the session.
Sure. Thank you. Good morning, all. I'm dietitian Pranathi. I work for one of the India's top wellness retreat, which is Hilton Shilim, based in Pune. I see over there the vertical of nutrition and dietetics. So coming to our topic of today's, it's about the lifestyle modification in hypertension. So we every day we are actually looking into various kind of sessions and informations regarding the different kind of diets in the hypertension and everything. So today I want to enlighten and make you aware of what are the basic lifestyle habits one must have to take in order to actually combat and to regularize and minimize your blood pressure as well. So talking about the lifestyle, we always think about hypertension means just the doctor gives the pill and it's all said. It's not just one single pill which is going to lower your or maintain your blood pressure. It's about your lifestyle as well, which you must have to really look upon to. Lifestyle can be like it can be anything, starting with your food to your mental health to your physical health. So today in this video, I have divided this session into three parts, which is basically the diet and the physical activity and the mental activity as well. So coming to the first part of the session, which is diet. So basically, I wanted to let you know a couple of lifestyle modification, what you can actually inculcate in your lifestyle in order to lower your blood pressure, those who are suffering with. So first and foremost thing, we are hearing this from the ages that high blood pressure patients or an individual have to definitely reduce their consumption of salt. So basically that's the priority. First thing is to lower your salt. And the second important thing is to lower your saturated fat, your sugars and your carbohydrates as well. Apart from this, the healthier versions, what you can increase during the hypertension is to increase your intake of fresh fruits and vegetables, which are actually locally available. Do not go to something which is fancy vegetables, which isn't grown in India for somebody who is watching from India or any other country. So eat what is actually available in your local area, because the moment we get it from we get that from imported, you get imported from other countries, definitely they add preservatives to increase the shelf life of that specific food. In those things, the preservatives contain the highest amount of sodium and other artificial sweetness, which actually hampers your entire cycle of your metabolism, which actually increase your high blood pressure as well. So in order to cope up with that, one must have to follow a local ingredient. That is the best tip for somebody who is suffering with hypertension. Coming to the next point, that is which is the perception of you towards hypertension. So basically,
Hello, hello, Pranathi, ma'am. Yes, I'm sorry for the inconvenience, viewers. I guess there is some the network issue from our expert side, but she'll be joining in just some time. You are on mute, ma'am.
Yeah, perfect now.
Yeah, perfect. You can
Uh,
continue.
yeah, I'm sorry, team. I lost the signals in between. So the second important thing what you're going to talk about is the amla. So amla is basically Indian gooseberry. So we all are very fond of berries because few of the berries which doesn't grow in India, and then we try to get it that imported from other countries. That the main thing which we are all doing a very wrong thing. So ensure that you consume something which is based out of India, which is your Indian gooseberries and strawberries, which and these can be grown actually in India, and this is the season according to the season. So have that amla juice like every alternate days. You can actually have that in a concentrated 1 teaspoon with the honey, or you can even mix that in a warm water and dilute that and can have. This really works in terms of your high blood pressure because it's very powerful ingredient since it contains of higher vitamin C, which eventually help you to increase your enhance your immunity levels as well. And the next ingredient is an onion. Yes, we all know that onion is being served in different kind of diets across the country, and we also tend to take that as a salad in our day to day. But ensure that you take that in only the salad form rather than adding that into a curry form. The moment you add that, it actually loses their essential vitamins which are present in that during the process of overcooking or making it a paste or adding it that your gravy curries. By doing these kind of stuff, you will actually actually eliminating the nutrients which are required for your body, because onion contains the flavonoids which actually dilates your blood vessels, which is extremely important to lower your blood pressure. So ensure that you take this only in a raw form and basically in a salad form. And next, coming to the next ingredient, which is beetroot. Yes, beetroot contains a essential nutrient called as a nitric acid, which actually helps to dilate your blood vessel and lower your blood pressure. See, these are all things which I'm telling now is just available right straight in your kitchen. So you do not have to really focus on to anything on a much preparation or something like it. Can all be eaten in a raw form. It's just that you need a push to inculcate these things into your lifestyle. So ensure that you take these kind of things into your diet so as to be healthy on a longer run. And next, coming to the sun-dried products. So this being into a summer season, sun-dried products are very essential because it contains a good amount of nutrient the moment we sunrise it. Although the raw and healthier forms of it is to consume a fresh thing, but few things which like berries which are not available in an off season, we can actually preserve that without adding any kind of preservatives. Just we can do it a sun-dried tomatoes or sun-dried amla, the Indian gooseberry. These kind of things can be actually sun-dried directly under the direct sun and can preserve and use it later part of the entire year, those which doesn't available throughout the year. So the best alternative for the salt is your sun-dried uh, products like a raw mango, which we call it as an amchur powder, which most of the hotels use as well as an alternative for salt, and few of the hospitals as well in the hospital diet. So ensure that you do that some kind of home products, preservations, which actually help you to alternate your refined salt. And those who are suffering with hypertension will surely uh, do not use a refined salt or a table salt because it contains a lot of sodium in that, which actually hampers and increases your high blood pressure immediately. So ensure that you use a raw mango powder or cinnamon powder even in that matter. These are the kind of things which actually gives you that tangy or a salt flavor, so that you can still have a flavor of salt but not the refined salt. And one more important thing is to alter the alternative of table salt is your Himalayan pink, pure Himalayan pink salt. This is something which is actually help you to help in the high blood pressure. And the next part what we are coming to is a physical activity. So we have spoken about diet, and then next the important thing is something about the physical activity. The common combination in today's world is the hypertension and the diabetes. This is the very worst combination one can ever have, because there are so many restrictions in diabetes, dietary restrictions, and so many dietary restriction in hypertension as well. So in this case, we must have to understand that one must have to really count upon their weight management as well. So those who are actually overweight or obese, it's a high time for you guys to reduce your high fat and the weight as well into your body, so that it doesn't hamper and put you onto a different kind of diseases in future. See, I must say that hypertension is not a disease. It's just the lifestyle disorder which can be treated and prevented with the right kind of lifestyle into your lifestyle, in terms of your balanced diet, emotionally well balanced, and physically maintaining your weight and fat on a normal levels. One can actually prevent the hypertension. So while doing that, you can actually help to cope up your weight as well. So those who are suffering with weight issues during the hypertension, you can you it's a high time for you to actually reduce the weight by doing the aerobic exercises, or it can be even a mild walk, at least every day 30 minutes walk in the morning, and 10 minutes of walk after post every each of your meal, which is essentially important for those who are suffering with high blood pressure. Remember, weight will definitely hamper your entire metabolism, and also it increases your high blood pressure. No matter whatever you take in, how even you go and sit in an organic farm and eat an organic apple, it doesn't make you are going to affect on your body until and unless you detoxify your body. So one must have to also look into a perception of detoxifying your body with the natural food ingredients, by following a fruit and vegetable based diet into your day to day life as well. So I also wanted to share you one simple tip over here, which is basically to self cleanse your body at least once in every 10 days by following a fruit and vegetable based diet. You can have a oats porridge or other porridges as a main meal once in a day between your lunch or a dinner on that specific day. But entire day you have to actually stick on to a fruit and vegetable base. You can start off your day with a Ayurvedic Kada, which is basically a combination of cinnamon, clove, garlic, and turmeric and ginger. So this works actually a very good in order to cleanse your toxins which are present in your body, and to eliminate the toxins out of your body as well. And also eventually it increases your immunity power as well into your day-to-day life. Post that, followed by the breakfast, which actually contains of a good amount of fruit porridge, and it can also be a whole combination of fruits, nuts, and seeds. You can consume it same way. You have to consume it each once in every 3 hours, these kind of fruit into your diet on that specific day. And one important thing is, this has to be followed only once in every week or once in every 10 days. Those who are suffering with high blood pressure, in order to eliminate those toxins out of your body. So the reason behind doing this is to simply knock off eliminate your toxins out of your body, so that your absorption will be on a very higher note, in order to increase your nutrient absorption to your body. Next, coming to the next point is your mental health. Yes, exactly. So we have been talking about diet and physical activity, weight management in hypertension, but the low interest and the low priority is being given to the mental health in today's world. So mental health is nothing to do with just the mentally retarded person or a ill person. Mental health is a lot about to do with your day to day, with your relationship or your family or friends or workplace. It's all to do about your mental health in terms of your perception towards a specific thing in your food, or it can be any kind of circumstances or a situation, or any kind of conflicts into in your lifestyle. So remember to at least meditate once in every single day for 30 minutes in order to lead a stress-free life. While I understand that everybody of us have some sort of stress in our life, be it may be a family or a workplace or relationship, any kind of stress, But by doing or by engaging yourself into the meditation, you can actually have these kind of power to face that kind of circumstances in your life in order to be healthy on a longer run. So one most important thing here is the Tratak meditation, what we call, which is a candlelight meditation, which has to be done either before morning at between 5 to 6 a.m. under the dark, or it can even be do post sunset as well in a dark room. So by doing this, you can actually help to increase your concentration and can help to concentrate more on other things which are required for your body and mind and soul. So ensure that you engage yourself into these kind of meditation. And also, one must understand that while you are having food, ensure that you know the reason behind eating that food, especially in terms of having and the nutrients which are present in your food. For example, if, if you're having a quinoa pulav in your lunch, ensure that you know some basic nutrients which are present in your quinoa. You need not have to be a nutritionist or a dietitian to know about the nutrients. It's just that we all are accessible to internet in today's life. It just Google it what quinoa gives your body, or if you're having a cauliflower and aloo ka sabji in your meal, ensure that what cauliflower contains and ensure what potato contains in your food. So basically, to let your body and mind know that yes, this is important for my body. Cauliflower being a cruciferous vegetable, it is rich in fiber. It helps to maintain my body in terms of weight and also in terms of the entire nutrient. So the moment you know the nutrition behind the what food you're consuming, the absorption of that specific food will be really on a very higher note, rather than just blindly having what you have been getting served. Ensure that you know what does this one roti contains. It contains essential nutrients in terms of your fiber, good carbs, how much amount of carbs to be taken. So ensure that you know a little knowledge, little nutrition knowledge about your food, what you're consuming in today's thing. So the last but not least, I want to tell you three tips, three minerals which actually help you to lower your blood pressure, which is basically calcium, magnesium, and potassium. Calcium, as we all know, it's very extremely important in contraction of your muscle, and the magnesium, which plays an opposite role, it helps in normalize your heart, thereby a heart rhythm and also relaxing your muscle. Hence calcium and magnesium plays extremely important role in contraction and relaxation of your blood vessel, thereby lowering and circulating a proper amount of blood as well. So as we all know, the richest calcium food sources are all your dairy products, your spinach, your green leafy vegetable, broccoli, and then these contains essentially good amount of calcium in it, which eventually help you to prevent osteoporosis as well. Another worst combination is hypertension and osteoporosis, which is the calcium deficiency. Apart from this, the magnesium also correlate with the calcium and gel with calcium to improve your heart health as well. So the food sources of magnesium are all your dry nuts and all your good amount of pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds. These contains essentially good amount of magnesium, which is actually helpful for your heart health. Apart from this, the last mineral, which is potassium. Potassium help you to remove the excess sodium and throughout from that your urine as an excretory process. So one must understand that those who are suffering with high blood pressure, potassium actually helps in balancing the negative effects of your salt. Yes, so ensure that you consume the potassium rich foods as well into your diet in order to combat with and to prevent your high blood pressure. The greatest sources of potassium are your spinach, tomatoes, potatoes, and all other apricots and also prunes. So one must understand these things which has to be included into your diet in order to stay healthy. And the last but not least, before we turn out to the Q&A question, I wanted to tell you one most important thing is your wheat grass. So wheat grass I've actually prepared and brought it for yourself. So wheat grass, which can be grown just in your balcony as well, which is basically, if you see that, you just need to have to soak your wheat for 24 hours, and then you have to really help into wait for another 24 hours to get it sprouted. Later, after 2 to 3 days, it gets actually sprout and then growing the grass like this, which you can need not. It is inexpensive way to lower your blood pressure, because the chlorophyll in your wheat grass and the molecules is which is similar to the molecules which is present in hemoglobin, thereby increasing your iron, and thereby increasing and your blood pressure, and then increasing your blood circulation, and thereby controlling your blood pressure as well. So which is actually, you can even see the roots as well here. It just comes, you can just do this in a nutshell basket, which we generally store our onions and tomatoes in our kitchen. So wherein you can actually grow this and maintain your health in a proper way. It also helps you to lower your blood pressure, as I mentioned earlier. So by doing these kind of small little things, which is actually available in kitchen, one can actually lower your blood pressure. And these are all the lifestyle modification one must have to inculcate that into your lifestyle, so as to be healthy on a longer run, which is actually helpful for to lower your blood pressure. So thank you for watching this video. I over to you, team Just for House, for the I'm open for the Q&A questions now.
Yes, thank you so much for such a wonderful and such a brief information about lifestyle changes and the blood pressure control. So yes, we do have some questions from our viewers. So our first question is, can you repeat the food items which you mentioned in your speech?
Okay, fine. So I have mentioned 5 different kind of food ingredients which one must have to inculcate that into the lifestyle, which is basically the garlic, which is actually extremely important, because it works as a blood thinner as well. It eventually decreases your cholesterol levels as well. So garlic stands first in place. The second in place is your beetroot. Beetroot contains a nitric acid, which actually dilates your blood vessels, and eventually it lowers your blood pressure as well. The third important thing is green tea as well, which I have missed out in the session, informing you all. Green tea actually have these polyphenols which actually help and maintain your blood pressure. So I request all of you, those who are suffering with a high hypertension, to consume a small cup of, it can be a 50 to 60 ml of green tea half an hour post your lunch. Alternate days will actually help you to lower your blood pressure. And the fourth important thing is amla, which is Indian gooseberry. This can also be taken as a fresh amla juice in a season like this, which actually you can able to choose that and mix that in the same half an amount of water, and then you can have it. Even you can have it with honey, but ensure that honey has to be unpasteurized honey. And then you can even take onions as well, but it has to be a raw. The moment you cut your onion, you have to consume that. Do not add it into gravy curries. You can add it for a taste, but if you're taking as a medicinal property, you should have that in a raw form only, in order to get the nutrients in a best way.
Okay, thank you so much for this. Okay, our next question is, which lifestyle modification has the most impact on blood pressure?
Sorry, I didn't get your question.
It is, which lifestyle modification has the most impact on blood pressure?
Okay, thank you. So lifestyle is a combination of your diet, your physical activity, and your mental activity. So to point out that it is not just about one thing which is important, it's about your lifestyle itself is essentially very important in terms of compact, in terms of lowering your blood pressure. The physical activity, which is essentially important, the first thing, and the second thing is your mental health. So in order to lower your blood pressure, pancreas plays a very essential role. Pancreas is, it's all about your hormones. Yes. So especially the moment you're sad or you're depressed or you're constantly running something in your mind, then definitely no matter how much ever you're physically, you're good, you're maintaining your weight, you're having a balanced diet, your high blood pressure will still be on a higher note because you're constantly under the stress. So you must have to stimulate your hormone called serotonin, melatonin, which is called as happy hormone, in order to balance your stress levels. So this serotonin can be available in within the natural foods, all of our dry fruits, almonds, pistachio, peanuts, and also the pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, dark chocolate. All these things contains the happy hormone. I mean the ingredients which actually helps to stimulate your happy hormone called melatonin, which eventually balances your clock in your mental life. So there are two clocks in our life, which is one clock which is your watch, another clock which is within, which presents within yourselves in your brain, which actually helps in preventing and betterment of your health. It plays a very essential role in your circadian rhythm, thereby helping you to get a good sleep, thereby helping you to be a bit of stress-free life.
Okay, we move on to our next question. Is that can you repeat the alternatives for salt?
Yeah, so basically the salt alternatives are there are numerous alternatives which I've shared earlier as well, which is basically a raw mango powder. It is called as an amchur in Indian language. Basically, since it's a great season for the mangoes, you just need to pick up a good raw mango which shouldn't be ripened, and then you should wash that and sun dry it, and then grate that, or you can even have that in a pieces as well. And this can be used as an alternative for a salt in your dal, or it can also be alternative in any of the gravy curries or anything whatever you make. Apart from this, I request you to use a pink salt or a Himalayan pure salt, organic salt, as an alternative for your salt, because it's the purest of your purest form of salt. Although you have to still cannot eat that salt even in an excess amount, but it's just the replacement of the salt. So amchur powder can be used, cinnamon powder can be used, sprouts can be also up to some extent can be used, sun-dried products like tomatoes or green leafy vegetables or cabbage or the fermented foods. All these things can be used as an alternative for the salt.
Okay, so our next question is which foods are rich in potassium? And I think those help in managing the blood pressure.
Okay, fine. So as we discussed, that potassium actually helps in actually observe that excess amount of sodium which are present in your body. Then it removes out of our body in the form of urination. So the highest potassium content foods are your banana, your apricot, your prunes, your green leafy vegetable like spinach. All these kind of fruits are extremely important to get the purest form of potassium. But while you're taking these potassium rich foods, you also have to ensure that do not add this onto any kind of cooked vegetable. Like for example, when you take a spinach, don't overboil it, that in your pressure cooker by making a dal. You really lose out all the essential vitamins in that during this cooking process, because you're overcooking that. So there is no nutrients left in that in order to observe for our body. So whenever you're having these kind of things, ensure that you can have spinach and mint soup, or you can have spinach and cucumber juice. The purest form of food is essentially what we are lacking in today's generation. While we all are aware that these foods help us to lower our blood pressure, but the way how you're consuming plays a very crucial role. So ensure that you do not dissolve or dilute your nutrients in that while you're consuming that. Yeah. Team JFS, Yogita, you are.
Yes, I'm sorry. So yes, I
Okay.
was saying that was all our questions from our viewers, and you have answered them so well and so in so much of brief that they must have got the knowledge of this too. And I know every one of us are going to maintain a good lifestyle and make changes in their lifestyle to make it more healthy. And also for of course for the ones who are having hypertension, they also can manage their lifestyle and the stress and everything together. So yes, thank you so much for such a wonderful information and such a wonderful session you have given us today. And also, last but not the least, for our viewers, you can subscribe our channel and press the bell icons below so that you get the notifications of the sessions we are been conducting regularly at 11 o'clock and also at 4 o'clock in the evening regularly. So yes, thank you so much everyone, all our
You're
viewers,
welcome.
expert. So yes, have a good day and stay home, stay safe.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yes,
thank
thank you.
you.